What's up, everybody? TreeRoot.City, Tree City West here with another stream. Just hanging out on a Tuesday, seeing what's going on. We're going to be working on our X1 validator today, doing some maintenance, claiming the tokens and everything. What's up, everybody? Sure, sounds good. Looks good over there. Tree City West. Also going to be taking a look at the ZenBlocks miners, checking our Galax quest, and then also thinking about updating the website, see if we can get the quest on the website along with the NFTs, kind of clean that up a bit. But yeah, that's what we got going on today. Go ahead and tweet out the YouTube. We're also live on Pump Fun. We're live on X. So let's go over to Tree City West. We'll say stream is live. TreeRoot.City stream is live. So on Validator maintenance. Root Guardian. Crypto and Solana charts. Hang on, Pump Fun. Awesome. Cool. Wait, need the Pump Fun link. Where are we at? Perfect. Awesome. I'm just gonna go put this in the Telegram and then we'll get started. These fucking scammers always in the chat. Alright, get the raid going real quick. This is what I call multitasking. Streaming on 3 platforms, doing the Telegram raid, creating the thumbnail, doing everything live. Let's go take a look at the validators. How do I want to do this? Oh, nice. Oh, shit. I have that turned off. Or do I just... So, the reason why I'm struggling here, I really don't get on the validators too often. It's like once every couple weeks, I just kind of hop in, see how things are looking. Oh man, I'm rusty. All right, so now we're in. So we're in the validator. I can run dir. Don't have sudo permissions. Now I can run dir. I don't see anything. Gotta find it's user. There we go. Awesome. Cool. So this is my validator. I can run htop. You can see it's running. Using the juice. We got a shit ton of processors here, all running at 10 to 20%. See all these different Tachyon validator processes running. I'm definitely using a lot of RAM doing the thing. So what we can do is, I like to use Blackbeard's validator. So I open up X1 console. I can type it and talk at the same time. And then we basically just run x1 console.sh. And it's going to start the console right up. And then once it starts, we'll be able to check on the process, make sure it's running. And first thing I want to do with these validators is check on my stake, and we can claim our rewards and restake them, compound the stakes basically. And it's a good time. See Rolando in the chat on YouTube. Can I borrow $5? I got you. Please give me $5. That's the pump fund scammer. That's such a random thing too. They just come in the chat and they're like, please give me $5. And I hit enter here. Cool. So status is active. That's awesome. Checking the performance. We got 430,000. Oh, that's the total stake. We got credits here. Got all kinds of fun stuff. So go and run the health check. Just show you what that. Uh-oh, that's not good. Oh, it's looking in the root. I forgot about that. Damn. Here, let me go over there. I thought I handled this already. Oh. Whoa. Watch me struggle in real time. Damn, I gotta fire my validator back up. Sneak in some credits before launch. Yeah, for sure. All right. Now, so the problem was before I was running it as the root. Now I'm actually running it as the user I installed it as, so it's not going to be giving me those errors, looking in the wrong location. Now I can actually see the JS file, and we can see the validator's active, stakes at commissions 10%, so we earn a little bit. In that earning, now we can take that and go into the menu here and hit number 5, and this is for managing our stake. So we'll actually, I wonder if I can zoom in. This is pretty. So we can check our staking info. So let's see what we got. Say it under epoch info, maybe. This is kind of network information. No, I thought I had activated auto stake. But maybe that's something we're just letting it roll. So what happened? I don't know. Oh, we only have one. Cool though. Yeah, so now we have 1,700 in the vote account. It's crazy. Wagwan, what's up? Welcome, welcome. Markets are hot. I know, right? Things are pumping, and I'm over here playing with validator stuff. Let's see what we got. All right, so might as well check for updates, make sure the console's updated, make sure the validator's updated. I haven't heard of any updates. I check the validator chat pretty much every day. Oh yeah, we need to start Pinger. So that was another thing I meant to do. So a great site for checking X1 stuff is x1val.online, and this is where you can see the metric stats, or the network metrics and stats. You can see the list of validators, who's the current validator. So right now it's Owl, and this is how fast the blocks and the transactions are. It's just like boom, boom. Every second there's a new validator. So, but if you come down to mine, take a look at the hashead validator. My ping times say NA, and that's because I'm not running the pinger. And this basically pings across the X1 network, and gives you the ping time of the network itself. So we're just going to restart the pinger. First, I want to check the updates though. Let's make sure. So hit number 2 for update. Like to make sure the console's updated first. It did update, so there's new managed stake and withdraw. So let's reboot. Well, not reboot, just restart the tool. That's interesting that it actually updated the managed stake, so I kind of want to go into that and see what that looks like now. Does the auto stake do anything different? Cool. All right, so I think we're good there. Let's go start the pinger. I just discovered something really fucking cool. I've been trying to figure this out for weeks, but I guess if you hit the gear on Pump Fun, you can actually hide the chat overlay. I had no idea how to do that for so long. I just figured that out. So that's I'm happy about that. But all right, so let's go into other here, number 10, and now we can see the pinger. So let's go into pinger, and we're just going to restart the pinger. And this will download it, this will start it, and then within just a few minutes, we should see the ping times on X1 Val. And just to make sure it's working, you can also open that and then run number 2, and it should show your ping times. And it's not good that it says 0, I think. But we'll see. Autopilot. That's pretty cool. Yeah, turn on autopilot. Why not? I haven't played with it yet, so. You can also set up a Telegram bot. So if you're not familiar, God, there's a thing called the Bot Father. So if you go to Telegram and you search for Bot Father, you can actually talk to the Bot Father. It's a bot, obviously, but you can generate ConnectWise tokens. Like I'll delete this one in a second, but I can actually make this a personal chat bot, and then here, I'll delete it. All right, that one's deleted. But so you can then, if your validator goes offline, if there's an update or something goes wrong, it pops back in and does the thing. Rug Kid, what's up, Rug Kid? Coin vertical, what you trying to do? My first meme coin. I need tips. I understand this market. What's up, Pump Fun guys? We're just updating my X1 validator. X1 is a fork of Solana, and that's why we're kind of testing out Pump Fun, getting ready for this blockchain launch. So doing some tech stuff, some nerd stuff over here, and we're gonna go look at the markets. But I just want to update both my validators, make sure things are looking good. Got XNT, well funded. Autopilot's on. So I'm not sure which one I connected to actually. Can I see? Excuse me. Yeah, we're running. Oh, I can't escape. I'm stuck. The logs are too much for the console. All right, well, I guess we're fucked, guys. That's not the one we want to change anyways, so that one's good. We'll let that one do its thing. Let's connect to the other validator and we'll get this going. Uh-oh, is it asking for a password? Had SSH turned off on this, so I'm a little concerned that it's asking for that. We're still running. Yeah, we're running. Okay. Throw PC from window. It will fix. True that, bro. Yeah. Console updates everything for you. Yeah, for sure. I just like to come in and make sure everything is actually updating. But we're also going to change the hash head to the TreeRoot.City validator. So let's go ahead and start the... Cool. So now we're updating the Burn Zen validator. So I switched over to my other one now. Updated the validator. We got our new manage stake and withdraw. Let's go. Let's compound the stakes real quick. I'll go into manage stake. Run the auto stake. Oh God. Jesus Christ. All right, so how do we deactivate those stakes? I don't know if you saw what happened there, but yeah, we're gonna need some new staking keys. Cool. All right, we're good. Let's see. Let's make sure this is all. Okay, cool. All right. So go ahead and stakes are good. Trying to go back, it's flipping out. Throw PC from window, it will fix. Cool. All right, so let's turn on the autopilot, make sure everything works. Let's also make sure the pinger starts. It didn't work, so we're going to reinstall it real quick. And then we'll name it TreeRoot.City. Yep, and this is the life of being a validator. We're just doing the update stuff. No, that's not what I want. Trying to find the menu for updating the, I guess it'd be publish validator, which is number 9 here. It's gonna be TreeRoot.City. Need our image. Let's grab the one from Dex Tools. I'm not human. All right, let's find image. I don't want the transparent one. Go with the matrix one, just gotta upload it real quick. Oh, you motherfucker. It will fix. It's gonna be way too big. Longer than the 80 byte limit. Oh, too big. What if we show me the money? There we go. TreeRoot.City. Success. Validator info is published. So there's a couple different ways you can see it. We could actually come over here and go to the X1 Explorer. It will fix. Then we could pull up this transaction for actually setting the information. It all happens on chain. Here's the instruction data. See the program information. But what I want to go to is the validator page, and then we should be able to search for the tree root. No? We're still hash head. We're still hash head. It probably takes a couple seconds. Oh, there we go. TreeRoot.City. Boom. But how about over on X1 Val? How fast does that happen? Right now it has the tree and it has hashhead.io, but give it the hard refresh. It says TreeRoot.City, but it still has the old logo. I bet the logo will take a minute. Cool. Yeah, we'll make some tweets about that later. That's exciting. And now we got the burnzen.com and we got the TreeRoot.City, the EVM and SVM projects we got going on. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay. All right, so what do we got here? Also wanted to check on my miner. So I am mining Zen blocks. You can learn more about Zen blocks at zenblocks.io. It's a proof of work token on the X1 blockchain. There's actually a couple of them, but basically miners are solving a cryptographic puzzle by finding hashes that contain Zen 11. And you can run your miner on GPU or CPU, and it's been a good time. We've been mining for years now. We've had a halving, but the tokens are not transferable, which is kind of funny. So far we're coming up on 60 million blocks. We have another halving, I believe, in October, November. But right now, block rate's pretty high. We got difficulties 20,000. Currently have 300 miners, so good time to mine. If you head over to, actually, I'm going to pull up my local miners. So I stopped renting. I just ended up buying some graphics card and I've just been running them in my basement. So we'll go check on these right now. This one also runs the EmojiDracula.win. So this is 4 3060s. Oh yeah, look at that. So we got 2 super blocks down here. Whoops. Got 2 super blocks down here. 1,326 normal blocks and 1,524 Zunis. Hash rate currently 11,900 on my home machines. I'm happy with that. See, the server's still working. Hash verified successfully and block saved on Jack's server. So things are moving. We got our hash to verify. And so that's what this does. This I run this one at home. I like the proof of work thing. I used to run it on Vast, where I would rent out the GPUs, and then when they weren't being rented, I could mine, and then it would automatically cycle. So that was kind of cool. It took me like 2 months to make $100 though, so it wasn't really worth it. So now I just mine full time, and then I actually picked up my old graphics cards. They were just sitting around, and I decided to spin those up as well. So I have a 1080 and a 1070 on this rig, and this thing's just been a tank running in the basement for a year and a half. So this 1080 also has 2 super blocks, 1,477 normal blocks, and 1,600 Zunis, and it's also almost pushing. That's crazy. It's almost pushing 10,000, like the 43060s. But the 43060s are also doing the Dracbot and a couple other tasks I have them doing. So I'm only using 2 of the. They're both using 2 GPUs, even though the other rig has 4. So miners are looking good. Our validators are good. Let's go make sure the pingers are working. So if I go back to X1 Val, so let's see, TreeRoot. Where'd they all go? There we go. TreeRoot.City. All right, so now we have ping times. So since we reinstalled the pinger, we started it manually. Now we have ping times. So you can see we're getting these blocks, and this just started, so these times will come out. But if we zoom out to like 1,500 epochs, ooh, we had a skip there. That's interesting. Wonder why it skipped. Couple times we've had double blocks, which is kind of cool. So we're getting up into the what is it, the super minority or whatever it's called. I can't remember, but yeah, that's good times with Zen blocks and X1 validators. So how's Root doing? Let's see. I see some buys coming through in the chat. That's cool. Oh yeah, back over 70K, just hanging on. And man, you can see these early wallets are just absolutely bang, 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 bang. You can see when it's an early wallet versus a normal sell, because they go all in. There have been huge, say minimum 1,000. Like a day ago, boom, 1,500 bucks, all in one swoop, like all for 300 bucks. That sucks. Like, what are you guys doing? I get it though. Half of it's automated. Half of them are pump fund bots. They're not even people. They're just bots that are programmed to buy in. And once a certain action happens, I noticed last night that I made a buy on one of my main wallets, and instantly 4 other wallets bought. And it wasn't like an arbitrage thing. It was like they just bought. It was like I was being copy traded. It wasn't like I bought and then there was an instant sell. It was just like I bought and then 3 other wallets bought and then nothing else happened. And I was like, that was weird. Am I being watched? I don't think I'm a good trader, so it's kind of funny. So Root's doing its thing. Kind of been doing the social media blitz today with I love the idea that Zend has. So shout out to all the Zenders. They've been doing their like 90s and 2000s like Zend with like the old BMX and like racing and the NASCAR stuff. It's so funny. So I'm like, what if we'd started making memes out of like old hacker movies? So I've just been sitting around thinking of old hacker movies. So this was War Games, super old movie. Network hacking, network growth. I thought that was funny. And then there's The Matrix. We did Tree Root, inspired by Zen events. Root in, engage everything, grow community. Root access granted. And then we also have hackers. So it's just kind of the same vibe. It's coming out with these silly little images and really just trying to keep the engagement up. Yeah, this one was funny. It's a couple different movies intertwined in there, so that's kind of what this was about. And in addition to that, we also are doing our first quest, which learning a lot. I learned that you really should not make join Telegram an option on the quest unless you want your Telegram completely flooded. So yesterday, before we started the quest, we had about 500 members in the Telegram. As of right now, we have 3,000, and it's more quiet than ever. So it's really just kind of me talking to myself with a couple others chiming in every so often. So I don't know who these 3,000 people are, but they all basically have the same name. A lot of them have like little bones in their names. So I'm thinking that's like I think they do that as a favor, so you can just kick them out all at once because they don't really care to be there. They just want their NFT. So over on the on Galaxy itself, we've had over 1,000 people complete these tasks. So we've had a lot of interaction on Twitter, on YouTube. So let's go look at the video. I wonder if we can actually tell if this has 1,000 views. I don't think it'll have 1,000 views because they have to watch for a certain amount of time. But yeah, it has almost 100 more views. That's awesome. I wonder if we could see it in the analytics here. And this is basically the video on how to set up. Yeah, you can see that little tip up right there. 5 new subscribers in the last, since this video. So that's awesome. That's great. I love to see it. I love to see it. But I think I can make this more effective. So now that I'm learning how this works and the way to do it, the Twitter interactions are great. You don't want them to join the Telegram. That sucks. Getting them to view the pump page, that hasn't really there's no conversion there. We might get lucky and someone will make a buy, but I think for the next one we'll give away an NFT. So tomorrow this will complete. I'm not sure what that looks like either. So on 8/13, basically at midnight tonight, this will complete, and then we'll be able to distribute the whitelist. So I'm also not sure how that works, how I'm going to tell them that they can visit the Launch My NFT, or maybe I'll just mint it. That's probably going to be easier. If I just mint the 10 and send it to them, that would probably make more sense. Yeah, that'll work. But yeah, that kind of blew up in my face. I did not handle that the right way. So we have 10 NFT whitelist going to between 1,000 people. I was thinking maybe like 20 or 30 people would sign up. I did not expect the bots though. But we need to figure out how to use the bots to our advantage now that we're kind of doing the space thing. So I am going to continue to try this. And we got our little thing, our little treasury, you know, with the tokens. We got 3 NFTs currently, and then we also have the whitelist until the minting completes. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, 1,000 people in the first quest. What it also is kind of funny is now there's a setting in the quest that says don't let anybody that's ever joined a quest before. So if all these scammers join the quest and then we turn that off, that's kind of funny. But yeah, it's doing the thing. I got a thank you email from Galaxy saying like, oh, you guys did awesome. Posted that in the Telegram so you guys could see that. But I think we're waiting on the space to be verified. Oh, why don't we do this? It wouldn't be a stream if we're not filling out a form. And then our space URL. So can I configure the space? So ensure your space profile is complete. Verification space profile completion required. Okay. Yeah, we do have this stuff. So we have the introduction, we have the logo, we have the categories, official Twitter accounts. We do not have a Discord. Should I set up the Discord real quick? I'll just set up the one that we already have. Then we'll build in the features as we go. God, I hate Discord so much. Yeah, this was my original direction, was the GP tree. And that's kind of what started Root. So from GP tree, I kind of went in the direction of Root. And I didn't make it like AI related like I had originally. And this is something we'll add to the website as well. All right. So let's connect the Discord account. How we doing, Mr. Robot? There's a big sell after their buys. They will. That's funny. That's good to know. That's funny. You can fuck with them. Alright, so we need to connect the Discord. We connect the GitHub as well. WorldCoin account? Are you serious? Kind of funny. Oh, that's funny. It's tied to my EVM account. That's okay. I'll deal with that later. Okay, so back to our checklist. Did the Discord, link to the website. Oh, that's funny. They make you do a little. You have to. You have to do a little quest of your own just to get a. Upload 5 screenshots to active. What? Okay. We're good there. Follow. I can't believe they make you join the Telegram. How fucking petty. Okay, figured it out. They only have 2,000 people in their group. That's less than us. It's less than us after using their shit. All right. Falling down a rabbit hole. But I want to get verified, so. I can't believe they do the social media thing. You have to take 5 pictures of your active social media. That is hilarious. On the Google Drive, no less. What should we even do? I guess tweets? Hmm. Social media. Social. The things you gotta do. Boom, first one. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. Trying to get these screenshots, but snipping tools being stupid. Why is it not? Not even the right account. That's funny. Some Telegram shots? Does that count? Alright, let's see. What should the last one be? YouTube? Let's take all these. And that's number 5. All right. Gee. Now we gotta throw them on a Google Drive. That's so random. Okay, share. All right. Now we can go find that form, pop the drive link in here. Or sending payment. Are you kidding me? Oh, we already did that. Verified space payment. Okay. Yeah, we did that already. We did that one on EVM using Ethereum. Jeez. They had me send it to a wallet that has $3 billion. Oh, it's the official Circle wallet. Damn, I was gonna say, that's funny. Yeah, this was the deposit action. All right. Did we really do that on base? I am confused. Give me 1 second. So confused. Pretty sure. Unless I just did it like that. Can't find this damn transaction. I swear I didn't do it. Maybe I did it on base. That's crazy. I swear. We're just gonna go with this one. Yep. Other, please get my $300 back. It's number one. If it doesn't work out. If we get a ton of value out of it, I'll keep it going. But that's kind of the cool thing about this. So you deposit the 300, and as long as you keep it deposited, you can use the spaces and generate these quests. If you decide you don't like it, after 3 months, you get your deposit back, but you do have to wait those 3 months. So might as well try to get the most out of it for 3 months. Awesome. Okay, so we applied for Galax to be verified. If we got the email. Did we ever hear back? We never heard back from Tensor. It no longer says it's not verified, and it has all the attributes. Oh shit. Let's see. So if I go into, what is it, create? Yeah, create.tensor.trade. Still says review, but it says they would get back within 48 hours, so maybe not. It no longer says that we're not cool. Were you able to link your ex to Gala? Yeah, I was. I did have to go back and unlink it from an old account. What's up, Dank? Good evening, sir. I did have to go back and unlink it from an older account, but yeah, let's run through these charts real quick. So top of the list, we got Degen, sitting at 630,000. Man, what a crazy, those bots right there. But let's zoom out to the daily and really get a feel for what Degen's doing. And yeah, I mean, that looks like a massive flag, right? It's kind of found this floor on these down wicks. It's got the nice consolidation. Pull the thing out of here. Degen's looking bullish. That's awesome. It's good to see. It's really holding these red and these yellow supports. So as long as it stays above these in this little zone, and then anytime it goes in between those, that's kind of my buy zone. So when you get these candles and these wicks, you'll see me buying Degen. You know, that's until it proves otherwise. Now there's also always the chance it'll fall through. We think it's going to catch, and then it falls through again, and it just continues that. But really, I wouldn't be surprised if it, you know, did one of those. So. But really, we're watching these supports. The most bullish would be it just takes off from here. So we'll see what happens with Degen. Looking beautiful on the daily. RSI is nice and reset. Finally falling under that 50. And this is, so you got lower highs and higher lows. You know what that means? Higher lows indicate weakening selling pressure. Lower highs show reduced buying strength. It's a bullish trend. If it reverses, that's the key there. If we lose this, then we'll probably come down more. But what's happening over here on KJP? Up 8%, breaking out of this little fallen wedge here. That's exciting. Shout out to the KP homies, getting a little volume. Some people are finally like, oh god, they're out. Quick, give me. they're doing their thing finally. I don't know what these wallets are. I keep seeing these. And it might even be the same one, but they like buy and sell and buy and sell and buy and sell. It's almost like they're generating volume or something. Strange. But shout out KJP. We do have one of the NFTs in the treasury wallet, so we're going to be giving that away as the next quest. So once the quest tomorrow finishes and we give away the 10 NFTs, I might do something for the community. Maybe you have to be a root holder to get the KJP NFT. Try to get some more engagement that way because it's been pretty quiet. But yeah, if you head over to the profile on Magic Eden, you can see we have our one no face KJP, and then we have our two root guardians that we're also going to give away once the mint's over. So KJP doing this thing. How's root doing? Of course I'm streaming, so we got some sell-off happening. Typically how it goes. But a couple days ago, you know, we keep talking about this 200. We keep flirting with this 200 and bouncing off it. And it's funny, we wrote this and we said, okay, we got to get up to the 200. We never quite got up to it, but we went exactly to where the downward trend was pointing. So, you know, it's more of a bearish trend. We're definitely forming this bearish down trend. You know, we got to get out of this. We got to get back above the 200. But really, we're washing out the weak hands. We're washing out the bots. That's kind of what Chuck was saying. You know, you can mess with the bots where like you buy and then they buy after you, and you get these really weird buy behaviors. So eventually that'll stop. And the trick and what makes a successful meme coin is, you know, when they say the importance of community, one, will the community survive the bot dump, you know, the bad actors and bots dumping, and two, will the community still be there when they stop? So it's like, or are they going to be too exhausted at that point and they won't be able to, you know, participate and be part of the community? And that's what I mean. If the community is not there and we can't handle these downtrends. And I don't mean root specifically. I'm just talking meme coins in general. You know, this is natural, you know, but it's kind of unnatural for the community to stick around. But when the community does stick around and people stay, that's when magic things can happen. And you're seeing that on the fucking fire chart, the fire chicken. And this is exactly what I mean. So like they went through it for months. So they had their big run up, they bonded. This was a December 24, you know, then they came all the way down. What was this drop? This is a big one. So they hit same price as us, 200,000 just about. So they came all the way up and they fell 75%. And then after that, they fell even lower, a 90% dump. And, you know, Zenians know all about that. And imagine being in this community and buying up here and surviving this. And then you finally get this big pump and you're like, oh yes, we made it out. We're back, baby. And then boom, it's just every day dumping. And then finally, those bots and those early buyers and their bond curve buyers, they all get exhausted and they're just not there to replenish it. And then you can see that exhaustion happening. Like the velocity on these cells is so high right here. It's almost like the opposite of parabolic. It's like it's speeding up as it's going down, and then it starts slowing down, and then it gets more flat, and then we're really flat, and then finally one day in April 2025 you see a bottom on fire chicken, and since then it's just been ripping. So it got all the way down to 402, and now it's back up to 409. So what is that, a 3x 4x? Yeah, 340%. That's awesome. And it's still going. You see these big candles coming, and that's because the community's there. And I you know, I'm familiar with that community. Shout out to Chuck. And it's funny being over there, like seeing all these people from the old days. But yeah, that's an awesome community. So it's awesome to see. And that's what happens when communities come together. You start to see charts like this. And they went, you know, if we pull up the market cap chart here, they got as low as 20,000, and now they're back up to 100,000. So, you know, I'm kind of trying to stop the bleeding with root, trying to do the social media engagement and trying to keep people going. But the fact is, we got to get these wallets washed out. So if we can hold the line and hold the floor, we may not see such a violent downturn, but you know, we got to keep those wallets out while we continue to, you know, get them out while we continue to grow the community. And I know Zen's kind of going through the same thing, and those bond curve people just, you know, and you can see that those violent, every time there's a pump, another violent down. And then that starts to slow down over time. Eventually, You know, it forms a cup, you know, forms a nice slow bottom, and that's when it's healthy. And that when you see that bottom and you see that there's still people in the chat and there's still people making memes and they're still hanging around and building and doing the things, you're like, man, that's a community I can get behind. They're down 90% and they're still trying, they're still building. And you know, that's that resilience that real meme coins need. You know, when they say they're volatile and they might drop 99% before they pump, that's why, you know, they shake out those hands. Nobody else has such weird trades in and out. I know, right? It's funny. We got Zend doing its thing. Shout out Crypto Bruh. Love seeing him streaming on Pump Fund now. It's awesome. Nice change up. It's fun to be over here. It's just kind of a different vibe, different setup. And you get new people coming in here. Like, I don't know who this Coin Vertical and Rug Kid, and you know, that's awesome. And then you mix that with the community, you know, shout out 420. I'm pretty sure that's Lita. You know, that's awesome. It's nice to get that nice mix. What are we doing here? So why don't we go take a look at the website? Need to get the website updated. Actually, let's take a look at the other charts. I know I heard Ethereum made a new all-time high today. Is that the Bitcoin's about ready to? This would be the all-time highest close on the daily if it closes in the next 5 minutes, which it does. So that's awesome. And then let's take a look at ETH. 4,595. Sheesh. Not quite to the all-time high. So all-time high is 4,867 on the Coinbase daily chart. Currently at 4,595. So not quite to the Coinbase all-time high, but let's mark that. So that is 4867. Turn it green. That's the all-time high. Yeah, look at that thick candle on the daily. Ever since the beginning of August. %9 candle today. And if it has another one tomorrow, we'll be at a new all-time high. But things are speeding up. And then you can kind of look, and the ETH altcoins are kind of following. So things like Chainlink, man, look at those candles. You got these 3 white soldiers here, and then you got, you know, a little cool off, and then boom, another fat candle. So if you get another continuation of this pattern, that's 30%. You're looking at a $29, $30 Chainlink. That's awesome. I love Chainlink. That's one of my bigger holdings. It's boring, but it's infrastructure for the network. Same with Aerodrome. This is a DEX that's on Coinbase Layer 2. And this one's exploding when Coinbase made the news that you'll be able to trade any shitcoin on the central exchange that is listed on a DEX. So if a coin's on a DEX, you'll be able to buy it on Coinbase. So I think the thought process is they're going to be using Aerodrome, and it's going to have all the volume. So that's why you get these huge candles. If institutions are going to be coming in and buying Fartcoin, they're going to need to use the DEX, and you know, they'll use these DEXs like Jupiter and Aerodrome and that type of thing, depending on the chain. Aave's big with the institutional buying. You know, it's a lot of staking. You can get a yield, decentralized yield. Damn, Solana's back over 190. Whew. That's amazing. That's awesome. And it's following this chart we drew forever. This is going to be the big test. Can it get back above? If it can get above this high, 205, we'll probably see a new all-time high at $300. I want my damn Solana phone. I haven't even got the tracking yet, so I'm still waiting on the tracking for the Solana phone. Tau. I got a little bit of Tau. Wow. Bullish engulfing candle. It went down and said, never mind. ADA close back over 84 cents. That's awesome. And then ETH 45.89. What's this look like on the Litecoin? I did buy some Litecoin. I always thought Litecoin was stupid, and I'm not. I guess I am promoting it, but I do think that Litecoin has potential gains, especially because it's ETF. It's sorry, what am I trying to say? It's listed to be. There are pending ETF applications for Litecoin, so I'm kind of bullish on that. If the ETF does, a spot ETF for Litecoin happens, and people have to buy Litecoin and institutions see that and they're like, ooh, what's this new better Bitcoin? You know, they'll look at Bitcoin as gold and then they'll see Litecoin as silver. And I know that's the wrong way to look at it from a technological and but when you get these boomers that, oh, I want to buy gold and silver. Oh, Bitcoin's digital gold. Well, I guess Litecoin's digital silver. Or it might be Ethereum, obviously. But yeah, the fact that there's pending ETF applications and all that kind of good news, that makes me really bullish on Litecoin. One I'm kind of sick of is Avalanche. I'm not really a fan of the network, the community. I mean, the community's cool. You know, but it's a weird chain. You know, it's kind of a weird one. So I'll go and hang out in Arena sometime. You know, those people are cool, but you know, when I look at AZen and what happened with DBZen on AVAX, and it just feels weird. It just feels like a weird place. So I currently don't hold any Avalanche, and I might just be done with that one. Render, sheesh, it's awesome. Pepe doing its thing. Now this one looks a little weaker. This does look like a weaker type of chart. It needs to get back above this. It's trying right now. Wow. It wicked to it. And that's when you know traders are watching it, when everybody wicks to the same thing. It's funny. Ondo's another one, RWA, you know, banker coin type thing. Back over $1. I'm bullish on Dogecoin for the same reason as Litecoin. They pending ETF application, you know, a lot of meme ability. You know, at any moment Elon can pump the price, say, oh, we're adding it to X or something. And so I always want to have like a little bag of Dogecoin. I used to not. It took me several years to buy Dogecoin. But once I realized, like, okay, there's some legitimate reasons with the ETF and the, you know, the potential, you know, for Doge and all that stuff. Sui is one of my favorite layer ones. You know, obviously X1 Solana, and then we got Ethereum, and then there's Sui and Cardano. And I love my layer one. So Sui's kind of the next generation layer one, built on the Move language. Very centralized. Cost millions of dollars to spin up a validator. I also got a very bad taste from Sui because I was in their initial validator program and I was paying to run a validator for several months. And then when it came time to launch the chain, they said, oh, you have to do level 2 KYC on Bybit or else you will not be able to claim this. And since I'm an American, I could not complete level 2 KYC on Bybit. So they said, sorry, you're disqualified. I'm like, what the fuck? I've been paying for the server for the last 6 months and I learned all about your chain. I'm in the validator chats with the developers, like, and then they just fuck us over like that. Anyways, XRP looking bullish, nice strong chart, making higher lows. Bonk, has not shown strength. It's not close to making a local high. Even getting rejected off this resistance is kind of... Excuse me. Can't stop yawning. I kind of have this theory that Bonk is going to be like the meme coin. Or no, it was Bonk. I was thinking of... what was I thinking? Oh, Pudgy Penguin. Yeah, I was thinking Pudgy's going to be the drop that's on the Seeker phone. So I can't wait for my Solana phone. Up in the chat, yo, I'm a bit new to trading. How do you stream your screen? I use so if you hit the gear when as you're streaming on a PC. So on a PC you can start your live stream, and then if you hit the gear, there's an option for RTMP stream. So I can stream from my software using RTMP. So this is just like my YouTube stream. It's also streaming on X, but I just add an option for Pump Fund using RTMP. And then I can go over here, I hit copy key, and for some reason when you hit copy key, it starts streaming over on Pump Fund. Ugh. Can't stop yawning. Fuck. I'm taking XYO off. This is stupid. I got all hyped about it, and then I just got completely shit on. And BTC. All right. So what else we got? Yeah, I just want to do a little update for the website. Maybe not. Yeah, don't use leverage if you're trading. Trading's tough. It's definitely not easy. You have to think long term with your trades. Those have been my most successful. When everybody's pissed off and thinking we're going lower, just buy a little bit and then wait. You know, and if it goes lower, buy a little more. When it starts going up, you stop buying, and then you're kind of taking the gains. And once it gets so high, you start taking profit off. Right now, it's starting to get to that euphoric part where everybody feels like they want to buy. They feel like altcoin season's about to pop off. Bitcoin's approaching all-time high. You know, now's the time where you want to start taking profits. Now you want to take some off the table, and that's only if you're trading. I'm talking about trading. I'm not talking about projects I believe in. You know, like Root, we're going to be here for a while. We're going to be streaming every day. It's part of the ecosystem. It's part of the YouTube channel. It's part of the X stream, you know, and we're streaming on Pump Fund, playing with our new tools. So we're not going anywhere. But if I was trading, you know, some Avalanche, you know, I might want to take some profit, see if we pull back, you know, or have some cash ready for, you know, meme coins and stuff if we do continue to pump. Yeah. I think this is good for now. Rooted. Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Rolando. Yeah, I'm sticking around too. So are you not able to link your X account? I'll change that for the next quest. I think the next quest will be able to do something like if you're a root holder, and you know, I'll just have you do something. If you're a root holder that has at least $5 or $10 a root, and you get entered into the KGP No Face NFT raffle, and then the next day we'll complete it and we'll give it away. I think that'll be cool. So we'll have that to look forward to tomorrow. Might wrap it up a little early. I'm kind of running out of gas here. Don't really have... Anything going on Twitter? Tag your favorite crypto streamer. Hey. Root for root. Root for root. The word. That's funny, man. Since all these bots showed up in the chat is just dead. I'm just running raids by myself all day. Which I get. I'm not like upset by that. It's just kind of funny. Like, how do we get 2,000 more people and now it's dead silent? That's kind of funny. Pip-Boy Crypto. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, so what do we got? You've got a surprise? Lots of bots. That's the only surprise I see. It's interesting. Tornado Cash gone. Samurai gone. Monero in the middle of a 51%. There's nothing left if you want to use privacy. Where's the Cardano guy at? Where's the Cardano guy at? Pirate chain. I was waiting for the midnight stuff. Anyways. Yeah, so we set up that's kind of funny. And so I set up that Telegram bot. Now I'm starting to get these messages. No action required. It's awesome. This is funny. This chart is absolute insanity. It looks like completely unrealistic price action. Literally making higher highs and lower lows. So you have a low, you have a higher high, and then you have a lower low, and then you have a higher high. That is weird. And then you have a lower low, and then you have a new higher high. This is actually not weird. It's called a megaphone. Yeah, that's funny. Open the shit, and that's the first comment. Bullish megaphone. Awesome. And then just a reminder before we wrap it up, if you guys could come over to Dex Screener and hit the rocket on the root. Got 170 rockets so far, 92 poops. And then also on Jupiter, if you have a verified Twitter account, you can come over here and see we got quite a few 11 likes here, the smart likes, so that's awesome. Those are definitely very important. Yeah, I think that's all I got for tonight. We're still sticking around, rooted. We're branching out, guys. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. I'm gonna continue waiting on the verification from Tensor, waiting on the verification from Galax. Tomorrow we'll have the completion of the raffle, so that'd be amazing if someone in the community gets it, even though 1,000 people applied. So we'll get 10 more whitelists out there. What I'll probably do is mint them. I'll show you the admin tools on Launch My NFT. I'll mint them and then I'll send them, and then they'll have the NFTs, and then we'll see how long. I bet within 5 minutes they're floored on Magic Eden. So we'll watch that happen. And then after that, we'll start a new quest. New quest will be for the KJP NFT. This one will be like, I just want to give it back to the community. It won't be anything crazy. It'll just be like, hold $5 a root, and you can apply for the raffle, and we'll test that out. Also, markets are pumping, so definitely take profits if you're up. DCA into root, DCA into Zend. Let's keep these market caps up over 50K and continue to build. Do the thing. So I appreciate you guys tuning in, and we will be back tomorrow. Hope you guys stay zen. Peace.